Welcome to today's video, everyone, and today I'm going to be going through the 5 most essential things you must know to start Amazon FBA and become an Amazon FBA seller. Now, this is going to involve me going through an Amazon listing and helping you understand Amazon listings as a seller rather than a buyer. Because remember, we are now going to be selling on Amazon, so there are 5 key things that we must know to become an Amazon seller rather than a buyer. So let's get straight into this, and this is exactly what you need to know and nothing else. So, the first key thing that we need to know is the product. What actually is the product? And this is done through the title, the images, and the description. Now, you might think that this is basic, but this is so important because when you are searching for products, for example, this is a weed killer. We need to know what size it is. It's a 1 liter. Okay, so it's a 1 liter, and we just need to confirm that by having a look at the description because, guys and girls, Amazon is really, really outdated. Some listings, some might actually be incorrect and tell you wrong things. So you always need to double check because some of these listings have been made ages ago and it might say like 5.2 ounces and then you don't know what that is. Then you need to check what it is in liters. It might even say it's 1 liter times two, meaning there's 2 bottles, but the image might only be one. So you always need to double check these things, okay? So firstly, like I said, the title is very, very important. And we want to know that this is a 1 liter. We want to know that this is the fast action. This is the brand as well. And again, we know the weight of this. We know any ingredients. So this is quite key when you have things like, let's say perfumes. It might tell you, for example, the scent smell. So for example, some scent smells are different than others. And that just reconfirms what the product is. Now, the images, it's always good to have a look at the product, what it looks like. However, one bit of advice is sometimes the image won't match where you are going to go and find the product. So remember with Amazon, you find the product through Amazon, let's say, and then you need to go and source it. You need to go and find it from somewhere. Sometimes the image here might be different to the place that you find the product at. And this is why, again, you need to have a look at the description. If you found another product that looked different to this, it was the same brand, the same milliliters, it was still fast action, ready to use, everything else matched, then you can still sell the product because all it is just an outdated image. Okay, so keep that in mind. The images, description, and the title, very, very important. Now, number two, and this is a very, very big one, we have this thing underneath the listing, which says brand, colon, and then it has the brand name. Now, Amazon's policies recently have been very, very strict. And what they've been doing is any product that this brand doesn't match the brand on the listing, they are trying to shut it down. Okay. And you as a seller don't want to be victim of that. What happens is your inventory will get disposed of and you might even get a strike on your account as well. So you always want to double check where the product is, where it says brand. This brand needs to match the brand of the product. Okay. So as you can see, this is Roundup. Here it says Roundup. Sometimes it might say generic. If it says that, avoid it. What it means is that someone's created the listing and they haven't really got brand permission and they're doing it within their own brand. Dangerous. Similarly, if the brand name's in someone else's name, dangerous again. Okay. So you need to avoid that. Another key thing is the most key thing, which is the buy box. Okay, so this here, which is number three, is the buy box. So this is the box where basically a buyer will buy from. So when you're a buyer, you don't really care, you just click buy. However, as a seller, this is really important because this box here is where we want to be on. Okay, so as you can see on this box, it says sold by. And as you can see, it says sold by Amazon. But what we want is we want this sold by to have our name. Now, how do we do that? We do that in multiple different ways, and I'm going to make a video about it. But in short, you just need to have good pricing, let's say. Okay, and you want to be on here because then when a customer comes onto this product and they click buy, you will be the person who gets the sale. Okay, so this is the buy box, and this is the third most important thing. On to the fourth now. The fourth most important thing, if we scroll down, is on this information here, the product information, and it is this number here. So this ASIN number. Now the ASIN number essentially is your Amazon unique identifier number. Now this number identifies the product in the Amazon database, and you will be using this number when you add the product to your inventory. So a lot of you might say, oh, but do I have to create a new listing? How do I rank? You don't need to do any of that. All you do is you copy this ASIN because this is the listing that exists. You are going to then put that into your Amazon account, your seller account, and then you can join the listing and sell on the listing as well. So this is why the ASIN is important, and you always need this. Okay, so remember that, and it's even in the link in there as well. And you can even search up products using their ASIN. So if you copy this and search it, it will come up with this product. So that is the fourth thing. And the fifth most important thing are reviews. Now, people will try and tell you that reviews, in the sense of reviews are important because they tell you how well the product's selling. So, for example, this sold on the 12th of April, which means that it's still selling. Now, that's valuable, but not everyone leaves reviews. What is really important for reviews is safety, I think, or being able to spot where others are going wrong. So, what I mean by that is, for example, if we look at the images, as you can see here, this is a 5-star review. I always check kind of the 1 stars to have a look, maybe what people are doing. So people might be, look, it's leaked and stuff like that. The box arrived damaged and stuff like that. So it might just make you realize, all right, cool. And this happens a lot with like perfumes, where it will say like the glass smashed or all of these things. The reason why you want to know this is so that next time, for example, when you are selling the product and you are packaging it, you just make sure maybe to put some bubble wrap around it, for example. Okay. And lastly, also with the reviews, what is very, very important is imagine if the product image did change. So, for example, imagine, like I said to you, the product image on Amazon was wrong. A customer would flag that up and they would say, this is the same product, but maybe updated image. And that's good for you as well. Okay. So, those are the 5 key things that you need to know. If once you know all of these, you will be ready to start like sort of going over analysis and product analysis in a bit more detail. But these are very, very key foundations that you need to know in order to become a seller rather than an Amazon buyer. And this is step 1 of your journey to becoming a profitable Amazon seller. Make sure to check out the next video, which will be on the buy box, and watch the previous video, which will be on how to set up. And make sure that you are following all the steps because I'm giving you this information for free. Most people are charging thousands for. I want you to take action and I want you to get results. So this is what you need to do.